Good morning, class. I hope you all enjoyed that story just as much as I did. If you could tell from the story and from the coloring page, today we're going to be learning about pets. Another name for pets would be domestic animals. After this video, we're going to be talking about what kind of pets that you have at home. For example, to get you started thinking, I have a cat, and my cat's name is Tiki. I also have a hamster, and my hamster's name is Freddie. So make sure that gets you start thinking about what kind of pets that you have at home, and then afterwards we can talk about it. And maybe later on this week, if your parents are okay for it and the principal is okay for it, then we can have a pet show and tell day with your parents and your pets. And then everyone can bring in their animals and we can all share it, and we'll have a whole bunch of fun with it. So to kick our lesson off, we're going to name some pets that you may have at home. That could be a cat, a dog, a hamster, a guinea pig, a bird, fish, turtles, frogs. There's so many that you can have at home. So a way to spell their names would be dog, D-O-G, cat, C-A-T, hamster, H-A-M-S-T-E-R, parrot, P-A-R-R-O-T, bird, B-I-R-D, turtle, T-U-R-T-L-E, frog, F-R-O-G, rabbit, R-A-B-B-I-T. And then the last one is fish, F-I-S-H. So after this lesson, we're going to go over that once more, and then we're going to have a little mini kind of quiz on it, but it's just more of a homework assignment. But just to see if you guys can retain the knowledge you just learned. The next thing we're going to learn today is what kind of animals are in the wild that are just like your pets. Some examples may be a dog is just like a wolf or a coyote. But you can't have a wolf or a coyote as a pet, obviously, because they might hurt you. So instead you have a dog, which is a domesticated animal, as your pet. That way, you and your family can be safe with it. Another animal that is just like an animal in the wild would be a cat. A cat is just like a tiger or a bobcat. They're from the same exact family, but you obviously can't have a tiger or a bobcat as a pet. They could hurt you, and so instead you have your cat yourself. A bunny, you obviously see bunnies in the wild all the time, so those aren't very much different from each other. A rodent would be a hamster or a guinea pig, and they're just like mice in the wild. Mice and rats. But they're kind of the same. You can have mice and rats as pets too, but hamster is that's the closest you're going to get to it. Fish and turtles and frogs, those are all in the wild. So they're kind of the same thing, but you would never see a goldfish in the wild, would you? So a goldfish is more of a house pet that you would have. But some people have piranhas as pets, and piranhas are very wild. So you have to be really careful with those kinds of things. The last thing we're going to learn about today is the different foods that each animal eats. A dog obviously eats dog food. A cat eats their cat food. You can't feed a cat dog food and a dog cat food. You have to be really careful with that. And then hamsters and guinea pigs and bunnies and mice and all of them, they eat just about the same thing. Even birds might eat the same thing that they eat. And then the final thing is a turtle and a frog. They would eat like bugs if you ever catch fireflies outside. When I was little, I did that with my sister, and we fed them to our frogs and turtles, and they loved it. And then the final thing would be a fish. They eat fish food. So I hope you guys learned a whole lot today, and I can't wait to learn the rest of the day with you about our pets and animals. Have a nice day.